and welcome back to Det Demokratiska Böhmen, where I believe it is 1988. So we're in the late 80s, the 4th of October. So apparently it is autumn here in Det Demokratiska Böhmen, in the People's Democratic Bohemian Republic of Bohemia, where we have just very recently here started producing our own electronics. And an electronics factory looks like this apparently. Now, in order to get electronics, it's a very complicated chain of steps that you have to take. You need so much stuff to do this, and I wonder, what are electronics worth and how much have I got of it? For how long I've been doing this, I don't know. I have 0 workers, which is also a problem, of course. Is there a bus arriving here anytime? There is only 1 bus. Well, that would explain something. I'm pretty sure I bought 2 buses and then just sent 1 off, and no, it's not what I did apparently. Then let's buy another one. Thank you. And you go to the new source, the new well of workers here in the Kirarush, previously known as the Kirarush unemployment epicenter. And now, however, there is hope for the people of Kirarush, in the center of Kirarush, to do a proper job. And there are 180 of them waiting here at the station, well educated as well. And yes, I was pontificating about how it would be. How much are electronics worth, by the way? I had 26 tons. I managed to solder and bang together, and however it is we do it here in the Republic, I don't know, but it is done in some way. It's coming in there with mechanical components. Thank you very much. 21 out of 78 tons we do. The price then, how much? 26 tons. What is the going price on the market? Rubles. 14,500 rubles per ton. How much is chemicals? It is 14,500 rubles per ton. So they are basically the same price then, if I were to sell them. And I have this most valuable train in the history of the Republic when it is full of chemicals. And yes, here we do have a lot of people working, which is nice. It's a proper smokestack going. Have I built a pollution monitoring station out here? I don't believe I have. That is so inconsiderate of me. I need to get around to doing that. That is under equipment for citizens, which is fitting, I suppose. These ones are still really cheap. Even in the late 80s, these are really cheap. 7,500 rubles. They are really cheap. Good for them, and good for the Republic. They only need gravel, a bit of concrete, a tiny bit of steel, and anyway. How then is the actual pollution doing out here? We have quite a bit of dirty industry here now in the close to the food area, but after all the crops are being grown way over there, where it is very clean and pristine and nice and everything. So I don't think that's a problem. Let's see the actual pollution. It is quite bad, but then of course we have the oil field here. I didn't realize that all of your oil field turns into red. Is it really that? Is that the case? As I was equipment for citizens, let's build one out in the middle of an oil field. I haven't done that. And why wasn't it the same price out here? Because of delivery costs. Prices, or a factor in the prices, is the distance to a border. And I'm further from the border here than I was previously. However, actual pollution, it is now daytime, so it's not as of an effect as it was. But still, here in Torvabit, it is properly polluted, I would say. And this really helps as well, of course. Yes. Nice. Good going. Very good going. So, well then, it's not worth exporting electronics because you put a lot of work into them. To make electronics, I need the stuff that comes out of here, the chemicals, which goes into making plastics, and that requires a lot of chemicals, 10 tons for 15 tons of plastics. And down here they need 1.5 ton plastic, steel, chemicals to do a little bit of electrical components. And that then is what they need here, and in addition to electrical components, they need plastics and mechanical components. So there is a lot of stuff that goes into this. And for the moment, I am not having much use of it, because there's only one place so far selling our own homemade electronics. And that would be here in Kirarush, of course, in Kirarush. Where else would it be than in Kirarush? We have 18 tons of electronics in the warehouse, which should be plenty, I would think. And how much are we going through? How do we tell? Since this is the only place where we're not importing any electronics, this is a good place to watch. We can still see, yes, look at the money to see how much electronics you're importing, using up 80,000, and it's the 12th of October. Yes, this year, in 1 year, electronics 2.6 million, and the quantity 190 tons, I suppose, then. So 108 tons, you say. I wonder. I do know that the number for both electronics and food and meat was, before I started making my own, roughly the same. Food and meat was a little bit more than electronics, but not a whole lot. And if we try to, I'm making quite a decent amount of my own food here. And what's that, factor 10 something? Do you use 1/10 as much electronics as you do food, maybe? We were at 0.5 ton here recently, but that is cannot be relied upon in any way, of course, because of reasons. Yes. In order to find out, I will need to use a tool called the bulldozer and do a little bit of. I have the trigger pulled, and it is a bit rather insane to do. Yes, and that should mean that if we now look at the pace at which this is going down, that should tell us 1 ton. .97 of ton. Food is we're already out of food. We need to get that connection back in. Now we can't have people going hungry, but maybe just need to check this. Okay, well, the rate food compared to, I don't know, get that back in there, get people fed. Enough of this shenanigans. The fun thing now then, of course, is to supply all the stores with electronics, with our own electronics, and that means buying trucks and going around all of the Republic and changing the warehouse settings for the stores, and then setting up routes for trucks. Yes. So what sort of trucks shall we have for the electronics business? Are there any good Soviet trucks? We are on the last beats here of the Soviet Union, and are there any good ones? That Skoda, this is a real small one, 0.28 tons of electronics. That's not very much. 1.6 tons. These are really old. These are too old. What is available in 88? This is available from Poland from 1950 to 1997. 0.35 tons of what is this rubbish? East Germany? No, I want to buy from Czechoslovakia. Would be LZ. 3 tons. Well, that might be a nice little electronics delivery vehicle. It is, and by coincidence, and I just thought of this, I think that is the same type of truck that is used to take electrical components from here down to the factory, down to the electronics factory here. Maybe. Is it? No. I'm pretty certain I have one somewhere. Anyway, of course, you go here and you load up on electronics. How fantastic is that we now make our own electronics, and of course the people who get the first benefit of our own electronics. The second benefit, of course, the first people was people of Kirarush who build the electronics, and as usual in the capital of Lesje, as this is known today, it is a traffic jam. And a rather severe one at that. Yes. 500 people in this city of 10,000 own a car. Yes, so what I need to do now is to find all the little stores and everything, and especially, well, this one is big, so it's easy to see, and electronics, 1.27 tons. I think that we could now then stop importing electronics. There we go. And you? Did I start a you? No, I have not. Could have done that a long time ago. One out of all the storage here, I think that we could do with a little bit less of clothes. We're not really going through them at any pace that is even close to what we are storing up for. I think that is balanced. And is that enough of electronics? No one has bought a single thing here for the time I've been. Let's keep you around. Let's keep you around, and let's find. Now we need to go find the stores of Lesje, and there are 3 small shopping centers in Lesje, and maybe a tool that we can use to find them is this one. do that and just select in buildings, and we have all the buildings that have electronics, for example, should be, yes, these are the stores. Problem with doing this is that it's not, you don't know where in the city they are, but we're going to find that out. First of all, you're going to not purchase. You're not going to purchase anything from now on. We're going to do that to all of them. Not even the people in Lesje will have the luxury of imported food, for example. Now that's something. Really? Am I going to do with this harsh? Not even food for the people in the capital? Well, not feeling too confident in all of my food chain logistics, apparently. This one does seem a little bit unset for when it comes to, yes. So you were apparently built first. Does that mean that you are in a sensible spot to go after the big one, which is out there? Don't know. Let's see where I can put you down there and click this one. Okay. Hello, store, small shopping center. You are all the way down there. Okay, you will probably get to go last. And what about you? And you are there by the radio station. So that then would mean that, I think, pardon me for just one moment. Yes, by the radio station. So after the big one, we go maybe to this one first. Yes, loud when you're getting that close in this city. And that is how it should be in the capital, of course. There's always bustling with traffic and such. Where did I leave my truck? Here it is. New stop. And make sure that, no, this will not be. Now then, I need to deselect or something in order to do this right. Crap. Never mind. Try it. Yes, that's the kindergarten. That's not helping. But yes, that released. Thank you. So now when I click the store, which is this a store? Is this what the store looks like in my republic? Maybe. Yes, it is. I am a man of the people after all. I almost know what a store looks like. Here we go. And some of the goods in this shop are missing. What would that be? If not food. That's not good. I was almost certain that my bottleneck when it came to food was the production, but apparently it is distribution as well. But people are not hungry, even remotely hungry, so it can't be that bad. Because if you're not hungry, it can't be that bad. Now can it? So that's the capital of Lesje set for when it comes to electronics, homemade electronics, I believe, which is fantastic because the people of Lesje will then be able to watch the television station and listen to the radio here, watch the television and listen to the radio, listen in our own homemade radios and television sets, which is fantastic. How is Lesje doing for electronics? Are people well set? Yes, we have 4,000 televisions and almost 3,000 computers and over 5,500 radios. So yes, we're really very well set for electronics. Yes, indeed we are. How much power is the capital using? 5 megawatts, but that's probably not only the capital. If you go look at that transformer, 4 megawatts. That's something for a city. 4 megawatts. 4 megawatts. That's a bit of coal that has to be burnt in order to get 4 megawatts. It's not anywhere close to what you'd need to jump through time, of course. Even though it is the year 1988, even if we had one, I mean, you would need how many of these things? No, not those, not one of these. Those one of these things would I need to get to 1.21 gigawatts of power. If this is producing, it's capable of producing 93 megawatts, and we're currently at 70 megawatts. That I'm pretty satisfied with that. 6 high voltage lines, and yes, I'm good use of the potential of that one. How are we doing for coal? Better, much better. And yes, one nice thing about not constantly building expensive industry and infrastructure, roads and everything, and instead doing a bit of administrative duties, such as setting trucks in motion to deliver electronics. The benefit is that your ruble account, and of course the pensions fund as well, but especially the spending money goes up a bit, which allows you to build more. There goes a very long train. What is it carrying? It's carrying 612 tons of fuel. It is fully loaded fuel train here. Yes, nice. As we have both the that was a bridge that hurt a bit. We can see the refinery over there, and we can see the great power plant here. As the train is trundling up the hill, gentle slope, past the headquarters of the oil company, and straight through a green signal through the tunnel. And sometime later out the other side. What am I making rubles from? That's nice seeing a full train. How are we doing for resources? Not much oil there. And we are actually starting to eat into this oil resource finally a bit. There are no trains waiting to unload. We're even down a little bit here. And 200 and almost half capacity of workers. We could shove twice as many people in here. If we could shove twice as many people in there, we would be able to go through twice as much oil, basically, and produce twice the amount of both fuel and bitumen. Is it always this bad? Because if that is the case, I need to do something about Demokratikraft. We need to get more people in here. And I don't think that there is any unemployment to speak of in Demokratikraft. 400 unemployed workers out of a population of 8,000. I think that is really good. If we look at individual, there is 76 people without a job for some reason. Can you not walk to the bus stop? Yes, you can. Why are you not riding a bus then and going to work? Aha, because you are told to work at the school. And yes, there is a reason for this, and that's because it's time to do a bit of relocation of people, and since all my houses in all my towns and cities are full, I'm doing something rather severe to these poor people here, which is moving them out to a as of yet undiscovered village, or unawoken village. Well, then maybe they could get to move to Trihult, but that is getting full as well. Well then, hello Virav, you're getting more new people. Good for you. That can also be a little bit of an interesting experiment, because if it would turn out that I don't know what it takes to wake up people so that they start requiring food and everything. I think that it is actually putting them to work. If they work for you, you have to feed them. Anyway, I'm going to Kirarush. Kirarush, where are you, Kirarush? Kirarush, what? No, I don't need to go to Kirarush. I didn't need to do that. Sorry. Because unpause the game. We now have cancel. We have university education available in Demokratikraft. We have had for many years. This was a building dedicated for educated people that were supposed to work in the school and also in the hospital. But since we now have the oil company headquarters building, are you carrying? No. And you're not supposed to. Which works as a... Do we need this many people working here? Maybe they would be better off going here for work, and instead of working at the office of the oil company, I think that we can get by with 40 people working. It is maybe it is a rather large building to only have 4 people working there, but I mean, we don't have that many students, and we could certainly use, as far as the oil business is concerned, we could certainly use more people down at the actual oil refinery. Right. So let's buy 2 buses and go from there to out here and go and look at you and close that one and copy onto that one. And pacing, is it even worth trying to remember to set that one off later? I will forget about it. A livestock farm is on fire. Oh my lordy lord. Please don't let the cows die. But yes, I have fire protection out here. I have a fire station. I have workers. The situation here, which was complete chaos, is resolved. For the moment, at least. That means that some stores somewhere are not getting meat, but better than no one getting meat, right? Rather that than have nobody get meat at all, I always thought. So far we have a fire ladder at the scene, and very brave, I would say, to park right in there in the middle of a raging fire. There we have a fire engine on site, squirting water on the flames. My god, this is burning quite badly. Is it going to burn down? I don't feel that I have enough. Come on, firefighters, do fight that fire real good for the entirety of the Republic. Where is the other one? He is right in the middle of it. Somewhere. I can't find the other fire truck. Where is he? He is probably inside the building. That's how brave of firefighters we have here in Det Demokratiska Böhmen. They drive their fire engines into the buildings that they are extinguishing, hopefully extinguishing. Yes, good for you there, truck, turning around, because you don't want to go here right now. This is not good. But are the flames diminishing, or have I just zoomed out? Don't know. I'm a bit worried, actually, about this. Progress of fire is almost like the progress bar there has gone rather a long way. Can I do something about this? Get more firefighters. That will not have an effect until the next bus arrives, but maybe, we'll see. Don't like the looks of this at all. They are just getting by there with fighting the fire. But they are keeping it just. If you guys can just hold on long enough until the next bus from Kirarush with workers gets here, then we will be able to save the day and extinguish this fire. But unless that arrives, I think that this is what you would call a stalemate. It rather is, isn't it? And the fire has now been going for one day-night cycle here in the game, which is, of course, it's now the 5th of November. So, well, don't know for how many days this fire has been going on, and the firefighters are. What will happen when their work shift ends here? Will Natalia here? She's 82 years old, this woman. My God, woman. You're 82 years old, you're working as a firefighter, and you're fighting a fire, the stalemate fire out at the livestock farm. But apparently their working shifts do not count while they are fighting a fire. How very good. And we have a 65-year-old and another 82-year-old. Korotkova, Kristina, it's the babushkas here. It's Kristina and Natalia. And they still have like 7 years left. There, more firefighters have arrived. Finally. Yes, now we'll be able to change and turn this situation around. Yes, you're really getting the dramatic effect with your commentary here that you're really going for, doing a rather poor job. Yes, I'll have to admit. And it is a learning experience, this a learning experience or something. I'm currently watching a virtual fire in a virtual livestock farm. Yes. And how are we doing with this fire? Will this be the eternal fire? No, it won't be the eternal fire, but it. Come on, Christina. Come on, Natalia. Fight the fire harder, please. Christina, Natalia, fight the fire, Christina, Natalia, fight the fire. Yes, and they got done. I bet it was Christina who got that last bit of that one. And there another flame went out. That was probably Natalia. But now Christina maybe is back at squirting at this one here. Doing an excellent job. Yes. Another flame goes out. We have saved the day. Hooray for the heroes. Christina and Natalia and all the other firefighters as well, of course, that helped save the livestock farm. And now then, what do you people do when you in the evening after fighting a fire for like 3 weeks straight? No, not 3 weeks, but a week or something. I don't know how much time went by. But you, Christina, and Natalia as well, you are one of these hoarders of electronics. I'm sorry to berate you now that you have saved the day. You are watching television, apparently, in your free time. And there are no workers. Yes, I know we have a lack of workers here. Did I know that? Anyway, you are one of these hoarders of electronics, and you're buying more. You're buying more. What is wrong with you? You walk into the shopping center and why? Yeah, okay, you're buying food. Don't dare you buy any electronics. 6 kilograms of food she needs. And look at Natalia here, over here. She only needs 4.5, but she's going to have 3 kilograms of meat. 3? My God. And 16 electronics. She's got it stacked from floor to ceiling with old Soviet electronic stuff with tubes in them, and there's just so many things, and none of it is working anymore, or maybe it is all working, but still, they are two hoarders of electronics. Can't stand those people. They suck. They really do suck a lot more resources out of the Republic here than it ought to be necessary. This month, the 10th of November, we're in, so far, by far, the biggest post of import and expense in rubles is electronics. And if people would just buy one television, one radio, and when that one breaks, which maybe they break all the time because they're Soviet electronics. I have been importing them for rubles for all of time, after all. I wonder if it will be getting better now than now that we make our own here. You're out of mechanical components. Mechanical components should not be a hindrance to you. What we'll do is we'll we'll be a bit frugal and smart for once and actually reuse a truck. But these construction yards, or construction offices rather, they really don't have that many covered trucks. They have dumpers and open hulls. Apparently none of them had any. Okay, let's buy one then, and it's going to be one of these. Surprise, surprise. Who would have guessed it? And yeah, it is quite a hike from all the way over here. Install is where we make the steel. And as we can see from the chimneys and the black, wonderful, lovely black smoke pouring out of there, we can see that it is running really well. Well, 350 people, that's not bad. You have no electrical components here. Is it the case then that as long as the train is standing there, you are not? Yes. Even though you are standing in the factory, the train gets priority. How very annoying. You know what? You go to the border. We have electronics to make. Start, set off. That's annoying too. Okay, and we don't need you anymore, and we can close you down. And let's find the electronic making facilities, which is, yes, think a little bit, and it will all be fine. It is going down this road. It's going through the tunnel here, under the mountain, and over the hills and far away, and into this warehouse. Go there, and you wait. I could have copied, yes, I could have copied from the other truck, since it was, of course, waiting at the mechanical components factory. Well then, now that we don't have a train in the station eating up all of the mechanical components, how are we then coming along? It is not quick making mechanical components. Micromanaging for the win. We can have 150 people working here apparently, and you have steel available, and workers should be coming at a steady pace. We are, after all, by the steel mill. And yeah, here we go. That reminds me, some of these buses go to the rail construction office. Don't do that. We do not need workers here. We are not constructing any rail over here. You obviously go here as well. Don't. Now we have an army of workers going into the mechanical components factory, and the production is steadily increasing. And that means you are full almost by soon. 1 ton more to go only. And if we could catch another truck going down there, another bus, yes, and he's off for the electronics factory, electronics assembly hall. It's even called. It's not even a factory, or is it? Now I am up to 2.6 million rubles. What am I getting my rubles from? No. Export of resources. Power. 500,000 in 1 month I do. So this year 5 million in power and 2.6 million in close, and is that one truck, that one mud, the hero of the mud hero truck that goes down the mud road. Has he been able to go up and down that road to a value of 2.6 million rubles near? That's good work compared to this, which is a train that has only brought us 800,000 rubles. Shame on you, train. And now the issue is, of course, that the mechanical components goes into the warehouse and the truck goes to it's done. Okay, we now have 2 trucks going down to the electrical assembly hall, where we make the electronics, Yes, and in the steel mill we have almost 500 people working, and here we have a lot of people working as well. It's very good, but we don't want to scavenge more steel from. Maybe I should get rid of that mechanical exporter train, because it doesn't do us any good, really. It is worth only twice as much as steel is about, I believe. What is mechanical components worth? It is worth to sell 5,300 rubles, and steel is 2,800 rubles. It is actually a big loss, this, to be exporting mechanical components. It is something that I do not want to do anymore. It is a loss. It is nothing but a loss. You put work in and you get less money for the product than you get otherwise. So once you have gone to the border, how far have you gotten? Are you anywhere close to the border yet? No. You are going by the wonderful, new, lovely place, which is based off chemicals, plastics, and electrical components. Yes, and this is also the reason that you are defunct there, dear train. You have never been profitable. You have always been a loss. Why have I kept you around? You are, however, a train. Sorry to speak to the train. I take that back. It is I who has faulted. I should not have misused the resource of neither the steel, nor the workers, nor the train here to do this fool's errand that we are doing here. This is nothing but a fool's errand. And nothing but a fool's game in the cold rain. So, this train shall be repurposed, but I shall not sell it because it is a lovely train and it's filling up on diesel now. So it's going to be worth even more than it is currently. So we're going to let you go to the border to sell your current load, but then we are putting you in a depot. And it's going to be one of the fireproofed depots. We don't want you to burn down or up. Does a train burn down or up? Well, the boxcars, maybe they are made out of wood. Yes, they are made out of wood. They would be quite flammable. Torque, hill, signaling, railway. Nice game. Model railway. Satisfaction. Another train. We do, however, have a very long way to go to the border. We're like halfway there, so. And another building is on fire. What about Katarina and Natalia? Are you available? This time it is grain storage. Oh no. Ah, fire trucks are here. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes, good. It was one of these ones that is reasonably close to the meat industry. When one of these catches fire out here, fire truck may very well not be able to make it out there in time. When they burn down, we have our work cut out for us for a while. Yes. How are things going here? Smoke pouring out of chimneys. Good. 400 workers. Better. What I was going here for was to start off a bus that was bought and paid for a while ago. Has this worked? Do we have more workers waiting here than we did previously? Well, not right now, but that could be due to the fact, of course, that the bus was just there. And I did not start you. I had a bit of a technical difficulty with my mouse interface. It stopped working. But now it's fixed. 50 workers waiting. Well, certainly, I say we have had a great effect. Then look at the traffic here. You have a little bit of a bad timing, because this will just have been emptied out by you. You're going to Romulanus. Is that? Yeah, yes, bus stop. That means that you're going to the mine, the crazy mine, the most dangerous road in the Republic, filled with peril and agony. 95 workers. Nice. Perhaps. Let's see. Yes, you see here, there is a surplus of workers. So after you have been to the Romulanus bus platform small, you go to Korosna bus platform small, to the oil refinery. So the people that couldn't work at the glorious power plant for the day, you instead get to work at the oil refinery. And maybe, if you're really lucky, get stuck by an old tanker truck here behind. Since I caught you. Well then, 480 workers. That's more like it. And this is very well staffed as well. We do want good fire protection here in a very flammable industry like this. However, it doesn't catch fire very much more than anything else. And but we do have flammable liquids here, and a lot of them as well. But yes, we now have workers. Oil? No, not very much oil there. Here, we are certainly putting a dent in the oil. And let's see, the oil field out here. Clicked it exactly right. You are over capacity. We have a surplus. We do not like. We love surpluses, of course, and now I can actually afford some wagons, some cargo wagons, and that will be tankers of this kind, please, and why you are attaching to that locomotive, I do not know. Don't want you to do that. I'm just going to have to do that, and I think that we said that 8 was safe. Then again, do I want to take that much oil out of the oil field over there? Maybe not. Maybe I don't want to do that, because I want a lot of oil for... I really want a lot of oil for the chemicals, you know. But maybe, just maybe, we'll try anyway. If we're gonna have a train, we're gonna have a long train. If it turns out it's too much, then we just take it out of service for a while again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Completely right. In fact, what are you doing now? You're going to Markaryd, and then you're going to Krosna. Markaryd? Is that Markaryd? You already have the right route and everything. Just start, then you can just start. You can just go. Yes, come out here and get all the lovely oil that we have available here. And you are full of workers now. You are importing crops like nobody's business, but we're gonna have to keep it that way, because I don't think that we have too much crops available, too much of a surplus of crops available. No, I am approaching the 400 million mark on the pensions fund. 400 million mark. This is sitting here with 2.4 millions. And I'm approaching it. Will it happen this year? That's probably not going to happen this year, but... Oh, and you have been to the border. You have been to the border. You have been losing me money for all the time that I have had you in service. I'm not blaming you. You are a good train. But you are going to go... let's see here. Yes, you're going to go here for a little bit of rest. Because you can... Yes, you can get over there, and then you can go in there. Or we could have you go in here maybe instead. Is this... No, that track isn't signaled. And no, you can't... Left hand, we have left... I'm smacking myself on the fingers for not thinking right with the trains this time. But I did send the train to the right depot, so that's something, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. $395 million in the pensions fund. Oh yes. Oh yes. And how much coal at Romulanus? Full of coal. Yes, we have been successful in we didn't expand Demokratikraft really in residential spacing, but we did cut down a lot of workers here, and some students are waiting for party officials. Yes, but that's okay. They're not in a rush. It's more important to get oil turned into fuel and bitumen, and to get coal out of the mountain and turned into electricity. Because we are approaching, it's only 3 years left, or something close to that anyway. when the Soviet Union will collapse. And when that happens, we want to be good neighbors and provide power, which we are doing and have been doing for a while now. 10 megawatts in every single direction, for a total of almost 70 megawatts I saw there for a little while. Is the wind always blowing inland? It is always blowing an easterly wind, I guess, here in Det Demokratiska Böhmen. I'm not getting into north, south, east, etc. again here, because that doesn't make any sense. If you look at the sun, it both rises and sets in the east. No, sorry, in the east. And that is over here on the map. And there are NATO. That I am now just not. I have. With that, my friends, if you have bared stand witness to this, with a flyover over Svappavaara and an alcohol train, no, a grain train going by underneath us. I thank you so very much for watching and wish you good night.